Is the jingle coming? Land back, land back. Go get your freedom. Join Black Hammer tonight. Yes! Land back, everybody. Hey, it's me, Chief Afeni. I'm representing Africa. I use she, her pronouns. And I'm going to be the host this evening for the 55th weekly Black Hammer Organization Rally. Yes. And as you know, every single week we got a theme for that rally. This week's theme is stay ready so you don't have to do what? You don't have to get ready. And tonight we're going to be talking all about our defense apparatus and all of the things that we do in our organization to keep our community and our members safe. Because as you know, this colonial system is all about our destruction. So we have to be about building for our liberation. And that's just what we came here to do. So let me get a land back because I know you all excited to be here just like me. Open up them comments. Let the people know. Let them hear your beautiful voices. Let me get a land back.
Land
Land
back.
back.
Land back.
Land
back.
That's all my
Land back.
comrades.
Land back.
Back.
From all over the world. We're sending you a mighty, mighty land back. Yes. For this week, if you didn't know, the Black Hammer Organization, we're the biggest and the baddest. And we're going to tell you just how we've gotten this far with our Black Hammer Organization, weekly rallies, political education, and this is our principles of unity. This is what guides the work that we are doing. Because we are who? We're the biggest, the baddest anti-colonial revolutionary organization in the game. Period. Boo. And we're all about poor and working class colonized people united under 4 principles of unity. And here we go. All right. Number 1, we believe the colonized proletariat, that's poor and working class people of color, as y'all like to call us, should have dictatorship, full control over our lives, over our labor, over our land, and the resources. Okay. Number 2, we believe all the colonized proletariat are equal, no matter your gender, your sexuality, your age, your skin tone, your body type, the location in this world, your religion, your language, your mental and or physical differences, and or bi or multiracial identity. You are equal here, and we don't have no talks against it. Number 3, we believe all the problems, not some of the problems, not a few of the problems, not those problems over there, but not these problems over here. All of the problems that the colonized face are from colonialism and the submissive neo-colonialists, white power and black and brown face, that are within our colonized nations. And number 4, wrapping it all up beautifully, we believe that the colonized proletariat is the only, and let me say it again, the only true proletariat. And only through our leadership can white power, capitalism, colonialism, imperialism, and all of its symptomatic offspring be smashed. Because that's why we a hammer, baby. And if you're wondering who came up with these brilliant political lines, how did they do it? Well, look no further than our amazing leadership. We're talking about the commander in chief, that girl, my queen, Gazi Kutza, the phenomenal Secretary General Anko to the Mapuche people, and our Minister of Defense, Sundiata, representing Africa and Turtle Island. Let's do it, y'all. So that is where our political line comes from. So I really want you to sit back, relax, take in this political education, and enjoy tonight's rally, comrades. And welcome to the revolution. Yes. All right. As you know, we have a whole thing planned for you. So up first, before we start anything else, we got to have our defense tip. Come on, Minister, lay it out for the people.
Land back. Thank you, Chief Afeni, as always. I am the Minister of Defense of the Black Hammer Organization. My name is Sundiata, and I represent the nations of Africa and Turtle Island, and I use he, him, his pronouns. Before we get into this amazing defense-themed rally, I want to remind everyone that if you see any suspicious activity, please let your chapter defender know immediately. We do not tolerate adventurism in the Black Hammer organization, and we must be constantly aware of any suspicious actions that can endanger you, your comrades, and our mission. And when you speak on the Tuesday rally, like I'm doing right now, it's going to be assumed by those viewing that you speak for the entire organization. So please refrain from using any language that may be adventurous, divisive, or that disunites with our stated political line. And please make sure that you're not using your legal name within the Zoom room or disclosing your location at any time during the rally for your own security and privacy. Are you concerned about your safety? Do you see something, maybe when you're walking home, you see something in your neighborhood that has you worried for the security of yourself and those that you love? Talk to your chapter defender immediately. Your chapter defender is there to investigate, communicate, and overturn the security contradictions that arise anywhere in your life. If you see someone out there doing org work and disuniting with our principles of unity, or doing harm to another comrade, it is your responsibility to report it to your chapter defender, chapter chief, or other defense leadership. Only you can assist us in tackling the symptoms of the colony the defense has to protect our revolutionary community from. Remember, it's not snitching whenever the state apparatus is anti-colonial and has your well-being and the well-being of the colonized masses as its priority. Now, if you have any questions or concerns about defense or anything you'd like to raise to myself, you can inform your chapter defender and have it sent up that way, or you can reach out directly to bhodefense@protonmail.com. Now, if you'd like to support the work that we do in our defense office that you'll be hearing a lot about later, from training and organizing our defenders, developing workouts and self-defense classes, and even having anti-colonial therapists, you can donate on Cash App at #BHDefenders. Let's continue every week, every single day, to go the distance in learning how to defend ourselves and our comrades better. I hope y'all enjoy the rally, and I'm looking forward to seeing y'all soon. Land back.
Yes, land back, Minister. I hope y'all was listening, okay? We don't want no slip-ups in here. We got to stay safe. We got to be safe and not sorry, all right? So up next, we're going to dive into an agitation announcement, because if you didn't know, you're a propagandist and an agitator, and we're going to show you just how you can practice that today. Come on, Chief Federico Bunny. Baby.
Land back, everybody. Yes, I'm Chief Federico, Chief of Social Media. I represent the colonized nation of Boriken, and I go by he, they pronouns. And today, as you all know, right, there's over 7 billion people in the world. You know, we got to connect to the colonized masses and win them to revolution, right? So that's why we're going to focus on sharing this rally. So if you can, you know, hit up Facebook, Instagram, whatever platform you're on. You know, we're even viral on TikTok, right? Send messages to the people that follow us on TikTok, get them in this rally and win them to revolution. And if you share this rally more than 75 times, you'll win this awesome shirt. Shout out to our visual propaganda team, Chief Uchi, Chief Gunn, who come up with these incredible designs for our BHO Bazaar page. Yeah, and then, you know, if you love social media, right? Like social media is messy as hell. We're out here, you know, we are not out here like we're out here to put out our political line, right? Be messy, drag colonizers left and right. You see what we're doing on Instagram, on Facebook, on TikTok, because that's who we are. So make sure to follow us on social media. And then if you're interested in joining the biggest and baddest revolutionary social media team, hit me up in those comments and DMs, right? Like I'm going to be here this entire rally in the Zoom. So feel free to message me. Yes, and join us, please. You can be, you know, anyone can be a propagandist, right? We teach you all of the things that you need in order to be the best propagandist, the best agitator out there, and we never miss.
Period. Yes. Thank you, Chief Federico. Land back. Y'all heard my chief. Y'all heard y'all chief. Pop them phones up, share on everywhere, to groups, to your friends, to your family, because the only way that we are going to win this revolution is by getting the masses on our side. And if you didn't know, the masses are on social media. So we got to be there too. We got to be there spreading our political line. And speaking of political line, If you've never attended a Black Hammer organization meeting, well, you are in luck because we have political education at every single meeting. It is just like prayer. It sets you on your way, gets you right for your day. So up next, we have political education with the Minister of Defense. Come on, Minister.
Land back, y'all. Yes, as you know, I am the Minister of Defense. I've already introduced myself to you, but we're about to hop into an amazing piece of political education, which is titled, "We Must Remove the Enemy Within the Defense and Security Forces," on this defense-themed rally. So I'm going to get into reading it, a little excerpt from it, but then I want to hear from y'all. So I'm going to ask at the end, I'm going to say, hey, drop an X in the Zoom chat if you'd like to comment, if you'd like to ask a question, and then we'll have someone from the production team unmute you. So we might as well hop right into it. In the People's Republic of Mozambique, we want respect for people, respect for the freedom of the citizen, the respect for the people's lives and property. It was the people who bore the brunt of the violence and the violence of the colonial oppression. All this demands, in the first place, respect for the Constitution, respect for laws, a guarantee that our principles are followed, and respect for the things that we had struggled for. This is the meaning of our present offensive, the offensive on legality, the offensive in the defense and security forces. We began the political and organizational offensive in the other sectors of the state apparatus and in businesses, and now the time has come to turn our attention to this highly sensitive sector, the sector that is the principal guarantee of our power, the sector we armed to defend our people's power, our country, the socialist revolution. Under no circumstances can these arms be used to serve petty, personal interests, revenge, spite, or resentment. The offensive was not launched in the defense and security forces at the same time as the other sectors, but we were well aware of the need for the offensive that we are launching now. Today, in keeping with the spirit of the offensive, we want to go deeper into these issues. We want to take more far-reaching measures. The present offensive on legality will enable us to purge the ranks of our defense and security forces. It will remove the traitors, the kidnappers, infiltrators, the corrupt, the desperate, the authoritarians, the arrogant, the negligent, the incompetent, the abusers, the thieves, the rapists of women and minors, the murderers, and those who would ride roughshod over the people. Once more, the people will be the filter. The process will prevent our legitimate pride in our defense and security forces being besmirched by the acts of a handful of bandit infiltrators. It will allow the indestructible unity between the people and the armed forces to grow stronger and deeper. This process will enable our revolution to progress more quickly because we shall clean the mud off of our boots. We must understand this situation in its historical context. The FPLM, during the armed struggle for the national liberation, was a guerrilla force deeply rooted in the people. The war against Portuguese colonialism was victorious only because the army mobilized, educated, and defended the people. The people fed the fighters, transported war material, and provided information on enemy movements. The FPLM soldier, the Frelimo soldier, lived among the people as a fish lives in water. However, the fact that our war was a people's war and that our armed forces were of the people did not signify that all the contradictions between the army and the people were automatically resolved. These contradictions also existed during the armed struggle. This is nothing new. Then, too, there existed those who, under our cover of uniform, tried to oppress, extort, and ride roughshod over the people. But we always managed to make it very clear to the people that these were not really our soldiers. They were enemy agents, infiltrated into Frelimo, into the FPLM. We succeeded in this clear definition thanks to four basic factors. First, the care given to political and military preparation of the fighters. This guaranteed that the vast majority of fighters behaved correctly, so it was easy to isolate and neutralize the infiltrators. Second, constant political work with the fighters and the masses. This enabled us continually to raise the fighters' level of political consciousness. It also enabled the people to have a better knowledge of our political line. The people were themselves in a position to denounce behavior characteristic of the enemy even when it manifested by those who wore our uniform. The third factor was the permanent organizational work carried out within the FPLM. We drew up rules and regulations. We worked out guidelines for each specific situation that arose. We made constant visits and inspections in the centers and at the war fronts. These actions helped to discipline our work, to improve the structures of the FPLM, and to eliminate organizational faults through practice. The fourth and final factor was the severe punishment of offenders. This punishment was particularly severe in cases of infractions against the people or their belongings. We were never afraid to go to the people and say, "This soldier committed a crime, he violated our line, and so he receives this punishment." In this way, we preserved and consolidated the prestige of Frelimo and the Mozambique People's Liberation Forces in the eyes of our people. Thus, we continually strengthened the people's confidence in and support for the struggle. Within the FPLM themselves, the values of simple life and hard work, not comfort, were continually encouraged. Productive work was an integral part of political military training. Productive work was not only aimed at creating better material conditions, its main aim was the transformation of man. We launched a constant battle against unprogrammed activity, idleness, and laziness. We consistently fought personal ambition and the desire for comfort. That is how the FPLM became strong and disciplined. Everyone knew his task and responsibility. That is how the FPLM became the forge of national unity, forge of the revolution, forge of a new mentality, forge of a new man. Ain't that a word? Ain't that a word by Samora Michelle Lamback. So I really unite with this PE, and we're going to open it up here for summation. So I would love it if you would please drop those X's in the chat. I want to call on y'all. I want to hear what you think about this political education, maybe how it compares to the defense apparatus we have here. I know for me, leading the defense apparatus, one of the most important things that you need to do is ensure we have that political unity among our defenders, right? Among our defense comrades, to ensure that there will be no person who is given power by an apparatus who will use it in a way that disunites with the equality of all colonized people, right? In a way that disunites with the principle that we all have dictatorship over our lives. So I really unite with this and see it every day in my own work. So I'm going to start calling on people, and when I do, you're going to get, I believe it's 2 minutes, and you're going to hear an amazing sound like this. Ding. You're going to hear a ding. I promise it's amazing. You'll hear it. It sounds like a sound effect. And that'll signal to you that, hey, my time to speak is up. Hopefully you said what you needed to, and we'll move on to the next person. So I'm going to go ahead and look in these comments. I see a couple X's. I believe first up was Chief Oju. Land back, Chief Oju.
Land back. This was an amazing political education. Thank you, MOD, for reading this and sharing that, summarizing for us. The part that sticks out to me a lot is the political education part within the political education, right? That all of the people within the defense apparatus have to be politically educated too. And that defense is not just a matter of defending the physical, the material, but also defending the line of the organization as well. That's always been inspiring to see. And it's inspiring to see that also in Black Hammer, right? And that we all have to be on the same page politically. We all have to be on the same page mentally, physically, and make sure that we are all at that level of discipline that is necessary to have a defense apparatus capable of defending the people. So yeah, land back, total unity with this political education.
Land back, yeah, I unite 100%, and especially how he calls out, the work with the people was the best political education, right? Like getting down and being there with the masses. So I 100% unite Chief Oju. Next we had Chief Yabe.
Land back, full unity with this PE. Yeah, like what really stuck out to me in this PE is just the importance of, being able to see like how, the real relationship, the material relationship that an army has with its people, with any people. And, we see now, how the military is really struggling, against like a rising tide of anti-colonialism in their own ranks. And also, seeing these contradictions, like, the way that this army has a relationship with the earth, very, very destructive. And how we see anti-colonial nations like China building the earth, building the ecosystems back up that were destroyed under colonial rule, and how that is the same relationship that Black Hammer's defense apparatus has with its people. Whether it's our comrades' minds, our comrades' physical bodies, and even the earth. They all have to be defended. And also, like Chief Oju mentioned, the ideological line. That these principles of unity aren't just words. They have to be enacted. They have to be checked up upon, and they have to be and they have to really unite and build for the people. I am back.
Land back. Yeah, I fully unite. I mean, a lot of people hear the word military or state and they immediately think of, the colonial military, right? And think of a militant force that is not in unity with the masses. And that's why we see so much hate for the U.S. military, right? They're unable to get people in willingly. They have to con college students into even trying to serve them. So, yeah, I think trying to find and create that force that moves with its people is really that sweet spot that revolutionaries have to find. The next X was from Defense Training, which I think is my Chief Evie.
Well, I'm back, you guessed right. I definitely unite with this PE as well as everything that others have said previously. As like one of the main people responsible for lots of trainings and like things that like we do like to train our comrades and the people, we have to have our coaches also like centered around this unity, because everything that they do will be taught to you, and everything that like they teach to you, you will teach other people. And we have to make sure that when we do this, when we teach someone, we have to do it for the right reasons. We have to do it with the right principles in our heart, and we have to do it with the masses in mind. I'm back.
Land back, beautifully said, Chief Evie, pointing out, that if you're going to be a leader, your flaws are going to be passed on to the people you're leading, right? Which is why we must self-criticize. We must find the liberalism within us to make sure that the person that you're trying to help out doesn't end up being weighed down by the liberalism that you taught them, that you gifted them. So, and especially as it, pertains to the physical coaching, like actually like teaching people, instructing, I really appreciate that conversation. I think next we had Big E. Can someone unmute Big E?
Oh, sorry about that. I don't know what to say, but I'm back. This is my first time, but as a Black person, I don't know much about anything, but I'm gonna continue going on. So as a Black person, I've been abused and chased by police and for no type of reason. And as she was telling the story, I don't know much right now, so this is my first time. I'm kind of a little nervous.
Are you doing great, comrade? We're just glad to have you here. So what did you think about the PE?
It was great. The story was great about one topic that kind of like I didn't understand, but everything else was kind of great. That's all I have to say for today.
Dope. Well, we're glad to hear from you. I hope I hear from you more, brother. But I absolutely want to unite as well, right? Like when we as defense are building, we understand that you can't call the cops, right? As an African, you can't call the cops if you're in trouble. Right? We understand that the state that exists just abuses and murders and embarrasses our people, colonized people, African people, as it has forever. Which is why we need a state that's going to protect us. And the only people they're going to be embarrassing is the colonizer when they try to enact that continued damage on us. So I appreciate you being here. I hope you stick around and listen to the rest of it. And then the next X was Admiral Shagun.
Land back, y'all. Yes, unity, unity, unity with this political education by Samora Michelle. And I really appreciate what you said, Big E, right? And like, it's not true that you don't don't know much. Like, you know so much. Like us colonized people, foreign working class colonized people know so much about what is going on in this world because we directly experience it, right? You're talking about running from the cops and stuff. That's exactly what we're here trying to lay out, is that currently, we exist under this white power state, right? The police, the military around the world, and they have so many other tools too. It's not even just the boom boom that they use to, maintain their dominance and control over us, right? It's even, and I appreciated what the PE was talking about, right? Not just the gun, but also like the hoe, like doing the work, productively is also part of us building that new society, right? And like under, colonialism and this white power, dictatorship over our lives, like it's not just, again, the gun that they keep us down with, but it's every tool around us. Like it's all oriented towards building for their destructive society that's, built on top of our backs, right? And so it's beautiful to see, Samora Michelle lay out what it looks like to take that tool and not to just like demonize it as like it's this terrible thing, guns or something, right? But compare it to it's just like the hoe, like it's something that you use to produce. The question is, who has control over these tools, right? The gun in the hand of the colonizer is not the same thing as the gun in the hand of the poor and working class colonized person. The hoe in the hand of the colonizer is not the same thing, or the hoe in our own hands under the control of the colonizer. It's not the same thing as it being under our control when we actually have power and we can use these tools, to protect each other, to develop our future, right? Like under our own control. And so that's what I really appreciate, about this PE, just laying out that, land back.
Man, back. No, I fully unite, and I want to say the same thing to Big E. Like, you as an African dealing with the pigs and doing everything that you have as an African know way more than any colonizer will ever know about the state, right? You know way more about colonialism, capitalism, etc. than any colonizer because you lived it. So I'm really glad you're here, and we're going to get that further political education so you can see just how much you know. And our last question, or comment rather, is an X from Comrade Aurora.
Hi. The thing that stuck out the most to me was that they made a point to say, like, they're not afraid to say something about an authority figure. Like, they were not in any position to feel afraid to say, like, this guy is not doing their job, or like they've hurt someone and they need to be dealt with. And I think that's so important because the way we live now in the colony is that like people in power abuse their power all the time. So like a lot of survivors and victims are afraid to like go to the people who are supposed to defend them and say anything. And I just think that that's something that we need to internalize, and that's something that we are working with in this organization. And I think that's just a beautiful thing. Land back.
Land back 100%, right? We have to approach contradictions with that objectivity, right? I don't care how long you've been working. I don't care how much work you do. If you disunite with our principles, if you're a detriment to the revolution now, we're going to have to either fix it or you're going to have to leave, right? And that's why I like to say to the chiefs under my leadership too, is like, if you are a chief, if you're going to be a leader in this organization, that's not a privilege. That's not a right, right? It's not something you get and then you keep it and it's just yours. Right. If I'm no longer a good MOD, I ain't gonna keep being MOD. Right. We have to understand these are privileges to be able to serve, and you only get to keep it if you treat it well and you actually do that position justice. So I unite 100%, Aurora. I just really felt that. I want to appreciate everybody for commenting on this amazing PE. Y'all deepened it so much for me, and I'm sure to the other folks watching. So I believe I can pass it off now. Land back, y'all.
Land back, yes. That's why political education is so key, everybody. Because without political education, you will be a criminal like these colonizers. Like, they're politically educated to their line. We need to be politically educated to ours. And speaking of political education, we are going to deepen it even further. Because up next, we have our amazing, phenomenal, Commander-in-Chief Ghazi with the state of the hammer. Land back, it's time.
Land back. See everybody? Land back, everyone. My name is Chief Savvy, Chief of Staff of the Commander-in-Chief Office, and I'm pleased to introduce today our Commander-in-Chief Ghazi Kozo, the baddest revolutionary in the game, who, by the way, birthday is tomorrow, so y'all better show out in these comments. None other, Ghazi Kozo. Land back.
Land back, everybody. Land back. Can we get a land back for Chief Savvy's first time introducing your girl?
Land back, Chief Savvy.
Land back, Chief.
And we love you so much. So y'all talking about a lot right now around defense and the importance of that situation. And really what we're hearing from like defense is that making these tough decisions. Like being a hammer, being principled, serving and being a servant of the masses, not when it is easy, but when it is its hardest. And that's how we stay upstanding. But I have to be honest that in the Black Hammer organization, we are experiencing hammers being confronted with situations, and too many times that hammer is failing the test that is being given to them. And that rocks my soul. 'Cause how am I supposed to know you real when these tests are coming up and you're failing these tests? So before I went around slashing and bashing, I said, Ghazi, what can you do? What's going on? What is the core contradiction? And what I saw and was given a front row view to was that hammers are being enticed by the colony. And the way you know the colony is enticing you, it will try to give you something to sell out, or it will get violent and threaten to take something to make you give up, to make you get off your stance. It's an experience of loss that I am finding that hammers are having a problem with. Hammers do not want to experience loss. I feel like I'm speaking to somebody out there. We get into the core of the contradiction today. Hammers do not want to experience loss. So instead of standing by the people, you will stand by the oppressor just so you don't have to experience loss. But then that means you don't believe in the 4 points of unity, and that means that you believe that you are actually getting something from this system. What has this system given you that you don't want to lose? Tell me where in your life this system has not rocked you, has not poisoned you. Y'all don't know about loss. That's why you're afraid of loss. Because if you knew what loss was, you wouldn't be scared of loss. Do you know about losing something? And when I think about losing something, you know, on YouTube, you be scrolling and they be giving you these algorithms and things like that, right? And so I'm going through the algorithm and this sermon came up and I was like, let me listen to this sermon. So this was either a sermon given to me by the algorithm of Google or by my ancestors. It is what it is. Believe what you want, but it came to me. So either thank the algorithm of Google for this or thank my ancestors. I'm gonna thank my ancestors. You can thank the Google algorithm. Okay? Okay. You believe what you believe, I believe what I believe. Point number 2. If you don't know what that is, go read it. Then you'll understand the reference. So this sermon came and the sermon was talking about David. Y'all know David from the Bible, from David and Goliath. You know David? And David was anointed before he was appointed, meaning David knew that he was going to become king before 15 years before he actually became king. And in between those 15 years, David was going through trials and tribulations. Remember, David had to fight a giant? That's the same David. And David was going through these circumstances because David, even though the king at the time was trying to hunt down and kill David, David went out there to serve the masses of the people. And whenever the people were suffering or the people were scared or the people were about to get squashed by giants, it wasn't the king. It was David that went to go fight for the people. Don't it sound like a revolution and a revolutionary? I be trying to tell y'all that if you read that Bible correctly, it is a blueprint of revolution. Follow me. If you don't know, you're going to know today. David was serving the people for 15 years. And he had to fight the king. He had to fight the enemies from outside. And he had to fight a civil war that was going on inside at the same time. So David was out and doing these battles and winning these battles, right? And you know that the enemy, the FBI, the CIA, you know how they work. When they can't take you down on the battlefield, when they can't take you down, they come for your family, don't they? Don't they? Didn't they come for Martin Luther King's family? Right? When they can't get you. And so after David had this victorious fight, he came back home and saw that the enemy went behind the lines and destroyed his town, and there was no people left. His wife, his family, his kids, and everything was on fire. And so David and his comrades broke down and wept. Can you experience that loss that they were in? The people that they serve, that they build for, and they defend and they fight. They went out there and fought this fight and then come back in and see this. They see all their land on fire. Their children are gone. Their wives are gone. Everything's gone. Everything that they built. Listening to the word that they believed was the way of getting David to becoming king and healing the real issues in the community. Does that not sound like a revolutionary to you? Anyways, being in that loss, and then the people that were crying looked at David, and David had a smile on his face and was laughing with joy. And they looked at David, and David said, I'm about to go get these niggas, and I'm gonna get back our shit and mo. He didn't say it like that, but he said that. And I'm about to get our shit back and more. Follow who trusts me. And if you don't, I don't care, because I know I'm about to be victorious. And 600 of David's men went with him. David had way more than 600, but some of them let the doubt get to them. Some of them let the loss get to them, but David did not. David went, found who stole his shit and his people's shit, and took it all back. His children were alive, his wives were alive, his animal stock was alive, and he got more. The whole village even got more, and they defeated all of the enemies, and they brought all of that back. And when they were riding back, the soldiers that rode back with David said, the comrades that rode back with David said, David, we're not giving nothing to those fake comrades that did not come with us. And David said, no, they will get their stuff back too. And they will get more, the same equal as you who came with me. Because this is a new day where no one lives at the expense of another and we're all equal. You must go through great loss before you experience the great wins. And you can almost measure how big your losses are going to be compared to your win. If we are saying, and we are really being honest, that we as Hammers want to heal this planet, we want to heal humanity from all forms of oppression. We want to clean the air. We want to clean all of the oceans. We want to live in balance. We want to clean out the space trash. Then we want to politically educate each other and teach each other how to love one another and create the greatest existence known to man, because we have lost for 600 years. And what I'm going to get back is going to be a whole lot more than what I lost. I said, come with me. Let's get our shit and more. You don't think we gonna have to lose? To get back and more? You know that Mao started his march with 87,000 men and finished with 9,000, but look at the China he built. Ain't it more? Ain't it more? Ain't it more? Say ain't it more in the comments. Ain't it more? Not Mora, Mo. Ain't A-I-N-T, it, I-T, Mo, M-O-E, M-O-E. Y'all better respect this African culture. Ain't it, Mo? Woo! All the revolutions we can look at, and we can see that whatever they lost, they got a whole lot more. Ain't it, Mo? Everyone, 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 even the ones that failed in the eyes of the oppressor, right? They look at Haiti and look at that as a revolution that failed. Haiti is still revolting. Haiti revolts every damn day. Them people ain't quit. They still fighting. And what has Haiti done and built in us to fight? If it wasn't a Haiti, it wouldn't be a me. So what they actually won was way more than what they lost from that struggle they had. Water break, y'all know. We're living in Denver, Colorado. It's high up, high altitude. Gotta stay moist. It's gonna be a word today. I don't know if y'all saw lately I don't know if y'all saw the meme or the letter that the International Central Committee put out about one of our comrades. I don't know if you saw that. If you saw it, say saw it, S-A-W, it. Just say saw it if you saw it in the comments. on YouTube. If you're blocked on YouTube, you can message here. Anyway, saw it. All right, or seen it. That's a story of loss and then gaining a lot back more, isn't it? Hammers, you know the comrade. You know him by name. You know where they are located and things like that. But we have decided to keep that amongst the organization as long as that other party keeps it cute. We let them know, like, this is the situation. Touch one, touch all. But when that comrade originally made the decision to leave their old party, they didn't know how Black Hammer was going to embrace them. They were joining Black Hammer based off of the politic that was distributed to them and that it united more with them. And through Black Hammer, they saw something, his words, not mine. They saw something that he did not see in that party, which was a practice of criticism and self-criticism. Said the first time they saw a leader practice self-criticism was myself in a video. And that's why they decided and knew that the leadership that they was under was crooked and wicked and using them and abusing them. But what y'all don't know is, did you know that that party was not just housing that comrade, but that party was paying that comrade's tuition. That party was giving resources to feed, clothe, and house that comrade. That comrade did not know that Black Hammer was going to do all of those things, but they left that embrace of the petty boo to dive into the embrace of the poor working class masses of the people. And you may know now that he is in Black Hammer, we are working up a program to make sure that, one, we are getting 1 or 2 houses in that country to house all of the new Hammers who also left with him because they were under the same wicked leadership. And now, we're not just giving them housing and organizing that with them. We're not giving them anything. I want to be very clear. These Kenyan comrades are doing the processes and the things and procedures that we have laid out for them on the platforms that we have helped them build, but they did this work. I want to make sure that they understand that this ain't no charity shit. These is comrades that work hard and get back what they put in. And this is an organization that allows you to get back what you put in, and we don't take. So they are getting these resources to purchase these 2 houses. And then we're going to organize an event to make sure that all of the members, student members who join the Black Hammer organization in Kenya get their tuition paid, because the tuition in Kenya is like $46 US. We can do that for our comrades there. He didn't know, but how long was it from him leaving that last organization, couch surfing, until those things came in? You understand? Because he wasn't here for all of that. He was here for the revolution and trusted that the people would embrace him. But can you imagine being at the place where you're like, damn, I gave up so much and now I'm couch surfing, but I know this is what's right, so I'm gonna keep doing it. That period, that time is a very important time. And it teaches us that you won't get the back and more instantly. It's going to take time. There's work you have to do. There's places you have to go, places you got to take the people on with you. And know that you will get more and back through everything you have, quote unquote, sacrificed. I don't even believe that word. Like, just letting this colony shit go and accepting that you are a revolutionary now and creating that revolutionary life. all around you and all around the world. Water break. Okay, she's back. And so this all goes back to you being tested, comrade. You being tested, Hammer. When the colony comes with its tricks and it dingle-daggles, you want this? Then you have to act like the colony right now and not like how you promised you were going to act for the people. And it will dingle-dangle a lot in your face. You know what the colony dingles and dangles to me a lot? Personal relationships. Because, you know, personal relationships are really important for a human being. It helps you live. Like, we need that. We need personal relationships to live. Like, it is a life force. There's a science behind that. Imagine sacrificing that and saying, hey, yes, we get along very well and we have a great personal connection, but I have to always choose the masses of the people. And as long as you follow me with that, we okay. But the moment you step outside of the people, we ain't cool no more. Especially as I am Commander-in-Chief. And it ain't an easy decision. But it's the right one. It's the right one. It's the right one. And so I was confronted recently with not one, but two comrades that I had close subjective ties to, acting extremely incorrectly to each other. Damn, double homicide. Like, oh, Lord. Woo! You're testing me. Okay, bring it. You know when it was coming, because when it was laid onto my desk that this was going on, I said, hold on. Here come a test. And so, one comrade who I've known and worked with since 2015, I had to criticize sharper than I've ever criticized them before. Even knowing that they are going through personal struggles, mental struggles, I had to hold the line. I had to say, this cannot be, no more. And you need to know it. And we'll be giving a public self-criticism to the organization very shortly. And then the other one. The other one is close to me because, you know, I am 99.99999% of the time solid in our victory. But sometimes a bitch get tested, she slip up a little bit. And at this point in my life in struggle in this organization, I gave up. There was someone that was contending for power in the organization for parasitic thoughts and petty boo, wanted to take this organization and make it just make money. And I saw people fall in line with that situation. And I said, okay. I mean, I gave up. And I allowed them to weave their weave. And then it was this comrade, ex-comrade, that came out in that meeting and said, no, Ghazi, you got this. You know what this is about. Come on, I believe in you. Someone that spoke life into me when I had no more life. And I saw this person in their contradictions. And I had to relinquish them of everything and then put their life in the hands of their victim and say, fuck it and fuck you. Because I mean what I mean when I say we are creating a world where no one lives at the expense of another and where no one oppresses another. And the moment you do that on my colonized people, we are no longer friends, no matter what you did for me. When you against my people, you against me. And when you act in a way that is abusive to people under your leadership, you are gone. Within 24 hours or less. Don't matter who you is. Do you know about loss? But I rest on the embrace of the masses. That I will build bonds and personal relationships with others who are truly on the side of the people, always, and not just when people are looking. And I believe in the embrace of the masses to get me the right friends. And I've had to do this same thing with a boyfriend before, with a job before, with a car before, with my reputation before, with my family before, but I have never picked those over the revolution. And I have seen many people pick their boyfriend, their job, their car, their wife, their kids, their reputation, their family over the revolution. Let me tell you, their life don't look that great. But let me tell you, being here in this revolution that says that we are going to free this world and be given the gift to create a new world that we are willing to lose, then the whole colony. Give me nothing but the revolution. Give me nothing but the revolution. Give me nothing but the revolution. My relationship with my mother is around the revolution. My relationship with my family is around the revolution. And they understand I am a revolutionary. They understand the things that I can do and won't do because I'm a revolutionary. And they understand that I'm so reliable because I'm a revolutionary. They understand that I am disciplined because I'm a revolutionary. And we have healthy relationships now because I'm a revolutionary. When I had that colony mama, when I had that colony family, when I had that colony friend, oh, there was a lot of abuse there. It ain't giving you nothing. This colony ain't giving you nothing. This colony ain't gave you nothing. You a slave. You deserve everything, and the revolution wants to give you everything, but you've got to let it go. You've got to let go of the poison. You've got to let go of the pain. You've got to let go of the colony and trust in the revolution, even when it looks outside that you've lost everything. You have an utter joy in you that cannot be broken by physical circumstances, because that's what the Chinese had when they had to see tens of thousands of their comrades die, but still sing of a mighty victory coming, and now have created the most powerful nation on earth. I'm closing up. And I'm taking a lot of time. We have the recording of the past song. It's okay. We're going to go straight to the next thing Chief threw after this. I'm closing up. Today is my last day of being 34. Tomorrow I'm going to be 35. And you know, there's a culture of being obsessed with your youth in America. And it's because people are so focused on what they have lost because they feel like they're just losing. The older they get, they feel like they're just losing and losing and losing. That's capitalism. That ain't getting older. That's capitalism. When you are in revolution, getting older is victory. I lived to 35, white power. I lived to 35. And I will live to 55, 65, 75, and 114. I will live and fight you and win. And I have had the best 34 year, and I know that this 35th year is about to be even more amazing because I based my life on the victory of the revolution, and the victory of the revolution is coming in good, and this system, this empire is rotten and dying. Do you know, Hammer, that wings and things is now thighs and things because they say they're having a wing shortage. Wait, you're not having a wing shortage, you're having a chicken shortage. So baby, how long them thighs about to last you? The empire can't even give y'all wings no more. You don't think it's falling? The empire can't give you wings. Wings, nigga. It can't give you wings. Say wings in the comments. W-A-N-G-S, wings. Wings! Some of the best places to get them. Florida, Georgia, Mississippi. That is it. That is it. God bless. Texas is a close second. Anyway, I see Amaliche was about to fight me over Texas. Amaliche said, hold on, nigga, how you forget about Texas wings? How you forget about Frenchies, you little nigga? I saw you, Amaliche, you want to fight me. Amaliche, our new chief of agitation and propaganda. My greatest gift is every hammer in this organization. And I thank you so very much for choosing the people over everything. And I hope you stay there. Because we've got some great gifts that are coming in here. When you serve Mother Earth, when you serve the ancestors, when you serve the universe, when you are serving your creator to get back in balance, it will bless you. It will bless you. And rest peacefully in the embrace of the people, which has never let me go. So why would it let you go? And now I hope you know about losing something or loss. So now when you are shown that, you know, this is just a sign that you're about to be in your victory. Because great loss means great gifts. Love you long, love you strong, Lambert!
Yes, Commander! Oh my goodness, that is just absolutely phenomenal. I believe we're gonna have us a video up next with the amazing Chief Dio. Yes.
We fall down, but we get up. We fall down, but we get up. We fall down, but we get up. For hammer's just the masses who fell.
Ooh, they be hating on us. They be hating on us. They knew I was about to start crying up in here. Ooh, that was just a taste. That was just a taste. But you know how it is. In the colonial technology, they always have an F-ups because all they know how to do is F things up. They don't know how to fix nothing. But that's all right. We'll cue it back up when we ready. Just let me know, director, producer. But I just want to give a revolutionary salute to our commander, who every single week, I don't know about y'all, but I'll be up in here feeling like, is Commander talking specifically to me? You calling me out, Commander? Yes, call me out, Commander, every week. And I know you feel it too, because there's a lot of things that we got to let go of in this colony, y'all. There's too many things that we need to let go. But there's so many more things we're going to embrace.
Fall down, but we get up. We fall down, but we get up. We fall down, but we get up. For hammers just the masses who fell down, but we didn't stay there and got up. We fall down, but we get up. We fall down, but we get up. We fall down, but we get up. Oh, for hammers shouts the masses who fell down. But we didn't stay there and got up. So get back up again. Get back up again. Get back up again. Get back up again. For hammers just the masses who fell down. But we didn't stay there and got up. Get back up again. Oh, I know it's hard. Oh, you have your rough days. Also, we have victories. Oh, we're almost there. Oh, we're almost there. For hammers just the masses who fell down. But we didn't stay there and got up. Land back.
Yes. Yes. That is our gospel director, Chief Dio, from the Coach Committee, laying down those heavenly vocals, y'all. And that message, it was for you if you was wondering. Because like those lyrics say, for the masses we're just hammers who fell down and we got back up. Okay? That is the difference between being out there and being in here, being on the colony, being a part of the masses and not being a hammer. Sometimes you fall down and it's so hard to get back up because you don't have nobody on your side that's helping you get back up. That's why you need to join Black Hammer today. Join today so you can get back up and continue to fight for our liberation, because that's all we can do. So I don't know about y'all, but that message, it just filled me with so much joy and so much hope and so much possibility, because we know that we have the solutions to these contradictions, and it's all in unity with the masses, unity between colonized nations. That is the only way we are going to get through this. And up next, y'all, we're gonna have we're gonna continue this political education, continue diving in deep, because that is what Black Hammer is all about, equipping us with the tools to combat this colonialism, from our minds to our spirits to our actual physical being. Everything that we do is about fighting back and taking back our humanity, fighting back and getting to liberation, because that is the only solution, is revolution. Like our commander said, you got to be like David. You got to know victory is imminent. And you got to laugh in the face of our enemies when they think that they have won, because they haven't. They haven't won. No, you're here. You're here. That alone should let you know that they is not winning. Okay? You could, like they say, you could kill a revolution, revolutionary, but you can never kill the revolution. Never, ever, ever. And we will continue to fight. Woo! So I know up next we have a really good segment. We're going to dive into some fundraising, some economic development, because this colony even tries to use that against us, y'all. They even try to use that against us. So let's go ahead and pass it over to our Chief of Economic Development, Chief Scene. Come on now, Chief.
Land back, everyone. Thank you so much, Chief Faney, for the introduction. Like Chief Faney said, my name is Chief Scene. I'm the Chief of Economic Development for the organization. I represent the nation of China, and I use she, they pronouns. So what we're here to fundraise today is Hammer City. So if this is your first rally and you've never heard about Hammer City before, I will tell you what that is. Hammer City is one of the biggest projects of the Black Hammer organization. We're building a city for colonized people only, where there'll be no rent, no coronavirus, no white people, and no cops. This is our dual contending power. We're building our own future. We're not going to rely on this colony. And this is what CIC was talking about, right? That we are going to build our own future. When we let go of the colony, we have so much more than what we lost here. This is what we're going to gain. Hammer City is going to be one of those things where we can have self-determination, where we can have our own healthcare system, our own defense state apparatus that's not going to murder us. We're going to have our own education system for our children. We're going to have everything we've ever dreamed of as colonized people in Hammer City. And that's what we're fundraising for. And as you heard earlier in CIC's segment, it's their birthday tomorrow. And CIC said what they want for the gift of their birthday is revolution, is liberation, and it's Hammer City. So y'all better be showing out for CIC's birthday. And it's also cancer season. We have a lot of cancers. Have a lot of cancers in this organization. It's the huge season for us. There's many cadre chiefs and comrades for cancers, and we all want Hammer City. So please start dropping your donations in the chat. We have over 130 people in the chat. Our goal today is $1,300. So that means $10 each from all of you. We can totally reach that goal. So this is how you can donate. You can donate on our Cash App, which is Build Hammer City, our website, which is buildhammercity.org, and our Venmo, which is Build Hammer City. Super easy to remember. So start dropping in your comments of how much you're able to donate. If you're not able to donate today, because you gotta get paid in a few days, that's okay. You can pledge. You can be like, I get paid on Friday and I can donate $10 on Friday. If you cannot donate or pledge, guess what? You can share. You can share. So yes, start dropping those. I see that Mama Bear got 25 for your birthday boy, CIC. Thank you so much, Mama Bear. Okay, Chief Sante is donating $20. Thank you so much, Chief Sante. Oh, Reset is reparation. Thank you, Reset. I told y'all to show out the reparation course tonight, and you did. $600 in reparations. That's literally already half the goal. Amazing. We are totally gonna reach the goal. We got $44 from Chief Yabe. I got $44 from CIC for myself. Thank you so much. And 11 is reparating $50 in YouTube comment, or $10 more from Chief Yabe. Thank you. Oh, Executive got $100 in reparation. Yes, thank you. Oh, a 150. Oh, Chief Oju, 150. Thank you, Chief Oju. Chief I got 20. Thank you, Chief I. Precipice is paying $50 in reparation. Thank you, Precipice. Camarada got 20 on it. Chief Alma got 10. Comrade Yellow Scarf got 25. Oh, Chief Dial got 25 as well. Chief Solmar got $5. Chief Savvy said they can pledge 30 for tomorrow. Thank you, Chief Savvy. Ooh, $30 from Chief Ina for the cancer birthdays. Thank you, Chief Ina. Comrade Share for 5. Chief Novi got 10. Chief Churro got 10. Perfect, y'all. Thank y'all so much. I'm pretty sure we are about to surpass this goal. I don't know if y'all remember, those of you who were here last week, we said that we reached $80,000. And if you check the website today, we're actually at 84. And guess what? That means by the end of tonight, we're gonna surpass $85,000. Amazing. Every single dollar is from people who believe in the liberation of poor and working class colony people. Okay, back to these comments. They're piling up. Chief Nabal got $10 on it. Chief Frederico got 10. We got 5 from the Missouri chapter. Airplane got 50 in reparations. Comrade Shoring pledge 20 this weekend. $20 from Comrades Savita and 20 tomorrow from your family for CIC's birthday. Thank you so much. Comrade Dre got 5 on it. Comrade Clay got 20. Chief Sanite got $40 on it. Thank you so much. A got 200 in reparations. Ty got $10 in donation. Thank y'all so much. I know y'all got it. Y'all showing out. Teddy said you only got $5 to spare right now, but you know it's going to be Hammer City, baby. Yes. If you only got 10, that is okay. You got 5, you got 2, you got $1. Every single dollar counts. Every single dollar counts. In this organization, my office is going to make that dollar stretch. It's going to, that $1 in Black Hammer is going to be like $100 in the colony, because we will use it wisely to build for our liberation. It will return tenfold, 100-fold to you. So if you don't got $10, that is totally good. Donate 5, donate, donate 2, donate 1, save up your, save up your coins, your quarters, your laundry. I will, save it up for next week. Donate $1 next week. You're like, I saved up a bunch of quarters. That works as well. Chief Ryan got 44 on it. Chief says, right, like that $1 is gonna do backflips. It's gonna do a lot of tricks. Chief Huey got $5 for Friday. Comrade Sharebear got $10. Thank you so much, Sharebear. Appreciate it. Comrade Amir got $11 on it. Chief Maya got 20. Thank you so much, Chief Maya. Anyone else? Any comments? Any other donations for your liberation, for the liberation of colonized people? I know we still got a few out there. Yes, I know some people have still got a few dollars hanging out there. So donate, don't worry. Oh, Wolf got 20 on it. Oh, Minister Sundiata got 20. Thank you. Daughter got 15 from Monday. Thank you so much. Comrade Manufar got 20. Another $10. Thank you so much, Mama Bear. Ooh, Chief Alma got 3 more. Yes, thank you so much, Chief Alma. I would like 2 more donations to come in, and then we can move on. Ooh, Addie got $1. Thank you so much, Addie. Love that. Love your dollar. Sergeant Bear got $5 on it. Okay, that is our last. That will be the last one for this week, and I will get the total all counted up. And Chief Alma will announce it later in the rally how much we're able to raise. But I'm sure we surpassed our goals. So that means we have surpassed $85,000 for our city. Amazing. And that's all because every single one of you. So thank you everyone for donating tonight and for sharing tonight. If you have any interest in economic development, in fundraising, in investment, in your people's liberation and their future, you should join economic development. Join my office. We have so much fun in here. This is the office that makes all the dreams come true. We're making the dreams of Hammer City come true by raising the resources for it. We also raise money for all the chapters, for all the chapters, for all the projects, for, the water filters, for the IT projects, for the gardens, anything, any project in this organization, we are involved in it. So this is a way to stretch your creativity. So please join my office. My email is bhoeconomicdevelopment@protonmail.com, or if you're in the Zoom, you can find me and message me. And lastly, we got one more donation that I'll read out. LT donated $20. Thank y'all so much. Hope y'all enjoy the rest of the rally. Land back.
Land back, yes. And even though we can't shout you out, you can continue to donate, continue to pledge. Bring in that money, honey, because yes, you heard right. We are at $85,000. I know we are. I'm speaking into existence because Chief Scene don't play with the money, okay? So we about to do it, y'all. Ooh! And all of this money goes to our people. It's going to go to the building of Hammer City and all the Hammer Cities all over the world, because we're not stopping here. We're making it a world tour. All right, y'all. Now we're going to dive in to some announcements. It is time to announce our Black Hammer events and shows. Every single week, we are putting in work. Okay, honey? So let's get it going. First up is on Sunday, June 27th at 11 a.m. Eastern Data Time. We have the Revolutionary Book Trap. And if y'all don't know, we about to crack open a new book. So it's going to be Bury My Heart at Wounded Knee. And this is mandatory political education. We're going to be reading chapters 1 through 3 with the phenomenal Sergeant Bear and the amazing Chief Oju. And that is on Sunday, June 27th at 9 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, but 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right, let's go to the next one. This Monday and every single Monday, our Commander-in-Chief is bringing you that piping hot tea, that political education, baby, the Oh My Ghazi show every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern Data Time, and that's going to be this Monday, June 28th. Come and join us to get this astute political education with our Commander-in-Chief and the girlies, you know, our favorite Zimbos, Shimbos, Himbos, all of them. They're going to lay down that political line. And then on Thursday, June 24th at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Data Time, we got the Movie Trap, okay? And if you don't know, you better join this Movie Trap. It's another political education. We're going to dive in to the treatment for traitors, and it's going to be hosted by Chief Felix and Chief Sanite. Come on, y'all. It's at 9:30. And then this Friday and every single Friday, we have Hard Targets. It is our political education, anti-colonial news show. Because we understand what? The empire might strike hard, but us hammers, we strike harder. And it's going to be hosted by the phenomenal Chief Jucha and Chief Shalot. It's at 8 p.m. on Fridays, y'all. Join us. If you are interested in putting on any kind of political education series, maybe you want to do some lives, some events or something in your community, join the culture department. We put on all of these phenomenal shows, including this amazing rally that you're tuned into right now. How can you join culture, you might be asking? Join us by emailing us, BHO Culture Department at protonmail.com. That's the encrypted email service. So you can tell us all about what you want to do to get your people free. Okay, and that's for my colonized people. For the colonizers, because we know you're watching. We see you watching out there. If you are a colonizer, if you are, as this picture displays here, a saltine with a wallet, some money in it, it's time for you to join the Reparations Corps. I know you're tired of having bombs and violence and just murder, theft, rape, pillaging in your name. If you're tired of that, then get on the right side of history and join the Reparations Corps. And the way that you do that is at blackhammer.org/reparations. It starts today. Hand over that money. Yes. And if you're colonized, like me, beautiful, melanated, amazing, people of colors, they like the colors. Join Black Hammer. It'll be the best thing you've ever done, I can promise you. And the way that you do that is at blackhammer.org. Real simple, /join. We're going to be looking for you. We got our eyes out for you. We got our hunters out for you. So come on, Hammer, join us because we is ready for you. All right, that is our amazing announcements. And I know I'm going to be seeing y'all beautiful faces in all of these events this week. And I know y'all going to be sharing. I know y'all going to be commenting. I know you're going to be liking, saving, flagging, Facebooking it. Tell the people. They need to know. This information can save their life. All right, y'all. So up next, after these amazing announcements, we are going to have a presentation by our defense apparatus. Come on through, Minister of Defense, Sundiata.
Land back. Thank you, Chief Afeni, again. It's me again. Land back, y'all. So this presentation is going to give y'all a chance to sort of see what the defense apparatus that we're piloting here at Black Hammer is, what our focuses are, some of our goals are, and how you can support and how you can best tap in and be protected by it. So first I want to talk about the mission, right? This is the most important thing, the goal of myself as a Minister of Defense and of the entire defense apparatus. And that goal is to create a dual contending defense apparatus for the anti-colonial revolutionary state that we are building here in Black Hammer every day. Now, this means providing an apparatus that has the ability to effectively protect and care for the colonized masses in ways that we would normally be reliant on the colonized to do so otherwise. Us colonized people know, like we were saying earlier, that you can't call the police as an African, as an indigenous person. You can't call the cops when you think you're in danger. We know this colony won't protect us, never has. But our goal as defense here in Black Hammer is to be that entity that you can call, that you can trust, to be the people who you can trust and call on to defend you. So we'll talk a little bit about the leadership. You know, who's leading this defense apparatus, and I've introduced myself enough. I'm the Minister of Defense, Sundiata. Y'all can call me the Minister. You can call me MOD. You can call me Mod. You can call me the Lion Minister, whatever you would like. But my role is to serve as the primary leadership of the Defense Office and the ICC chief that is over defense. I'm also the third in command of the organization in the ICC body. And, you know, my day-to-day is really about ensuring the Defense Office is moving in the correct direction, right? That we are growing and developing as an office as we need to, as well as to ensure the safety of our leadership, right? Our cadre circle and our ICC body. But I couldn't do it myself. It's certainly not alone. And I have the help of my amazing Chief of Staff, Chief Mace, who is representing the nations of Mexico using he, they pronouns. And it is an amazing, supportive comrade that helps me guide this office, right? That is there always happy to support and protect the colonized masses, specifically the cadre body. Right, the cadre chiefs directly follow up to Chief Mace, and he assists me in making sure that all the things that need to get did throughout the day as the Defense Office. So we can go to the next slide, and I want to talk about 3 values that I have found during my time serving in defense. I've been in defense just a little bit, just a while, but I think that these are the 3 words that are the most important to defenders, to people who are in defense, right? We take these 3 values more seriously than anything else. The first one is discipline, which is the ability to do things that are hard, even when they're hard, right? Doing the difficult thing, making the difficult choice when you know it's right, despite how difficult it is, right? Being disciplined, right? Unity, right? Unity with our principles of unity, right? That we've laid out, our political line, our leadership, right? And the third is respect. And it's the respect that we believe that every colonized person deserves every single minute of their lives. So in defense, we internalize every word of the 4 points of unity, right? We ensure that our comrades are abiding by them and united to these principles in order to make sure that all of us are safe, organized, and collective revolutionaries. And next, of course, I want to celebrate the folks you probably are most familiar with in defense, right? We got a couple distinct offices, but firstly, we got to talk about our system of global defenders, right? Organized under the militant and cadre Corporal Kowatli, who you saw doing security just a couple seconds ago for you know who. These chapter defenders are under their leadership and are from all over the world and are tasked with ensuring the day-to-day safety of their comrades during outreach and every other time. We also have defenders that are tasked specifically with the task to secure and defend our leadership and our ICC to ensure that we can struggle for years and years to come. And these are some beautiful pictures of some of our ICC defenders, our cadre defenders, as well as Chief Achilles there, pictured in that right picture. And then our next office, if we can go to the next slide, is our training office. And look at that. Look at this. This is one of our coaches, one of our amazing coaches we want to highlight, because the training office is dedicated to developing in-depth and relevant physical workouts, self-defense trainings, and spaces to just help you develop your connection with your mind and your body. You know, you can get anything from meditation to Wing Chun classes to breaking a sweat like this, knocking out some burpees, some mountain climbers with Coach Kamal every Tuesday and Thursday, 1:45 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. But the training office has, by providing all of these things, has made self-care and health and working out into a science, right? There's always something going on every day of Black Hammer that you can get involved in to sharpen your physical and mental skills. So look out for those workout notifications. And then our third and final office that we have within Defense is our amazing mental health and wellness department, which is essentially our anti-colonial healthcare, right? They provide anti-colonial mental health care at amazingly flexible rates from colonized people for colonized people, right? We got to understand, we really got to understand, all of us, that the colony has us under attack at all times. Even if you feel like you're not being oppressed right now, you colonize, and that has an effect on you, right? It has effect on your soul and your mind, right? And we have to understand the toll that it takes on us and make sure to take that dictatorship of our health, right? Make sure that we are actually the one dictating how we're feeling, ensuring that we are healthy in all ways. So reach out to your defender or your chapter leadership to get the information, to schedule a meeting or a session with any of our 3 amazing therapists today. And I want to talk about this as well. Once again, I got to remind y'all just how important it is that you keep in touch with Defense. We are revolutionaries, so understand what comes with that. Understand that you should be, you should have your chapter defender's number memorized at this point, right? In case you need it in an emergency, you don't have your phone, you need to be able to contact that person, right? You need to also have that habit of checking in with your chapter defender, right? Saying, hey, I'm going to the grocery store, it's downtown, it'll be 10 minutes and then I'll be back. And they'll be like, bet. And then they'll check in on you if it's been 15 minutes and you ain't hit them up yet. So it's incredibly important that you get these habits, right? We get over the individualism when we just say, all right, I'm gonna check in with this person for my safety. Now, if you don't know who your defender is, or you don't have a defender, and you need to tap into the defense apparatus, please reach out to our amazing Chief Ahi, who is our Chief of Staff of the Global Defenders Office in Defense. You can reach out to them on their Telegram account at Chief Ahi1, and they will make sure that you get assistance with whatever contradiction you're dealing with, that we organize to spring up a defender near you, and then we can make sure to plug you in and let you know who you need to contact in the future. Now, if any of this interests you, if you think it's cool, if you think it's curious, if you just want to know how it works, join today. Join Defense to protect the colonized masses, to make a physical, material difference in the safety of your colonized siblings, right? Email bhodefense@protonmail.com today to start the conversation. And where do you defend, right? Are you helping us design and facilitate more trainings, right? More workouts in our training and recruitment office? Are you honing yourself as a defender and revolutionary every day? You know, collecting information, disseminating it to your chapter, keeping them plugged into the workouts, making sure they're safe? Are you helping plan meditation or mediations, right? Are you helping to work in the mental health and wellness office because you care about, the mental well-being of all of our people? Or maybe you want to assist me in my administration of the office, right? Maybe you have secretarial or research skills, things that could assist there. There are so many ways to be a part of the defense apparatus. And I implore you to look into it because I know that you'll find an amazing space to dedicate yourself to protecting the colonized masses. But if you can't join, if you're already in a different chapter, you're a cadre chief, you can't pick up a defender role, I understand. So if you feel defended, if you feel that defense apparatus, if you like my little blurbs that I say at the beginning of each rally, support our troops, right? Put a donation towards #BH Defenders, right? These are the first troops you might ever see that you support because we support you, because we are here only for you. So please, every donation, every dollar, every cent that comes into the BH Defense funds is used to further these trainings, right? To support our suite of therapists, to ensure that our defenders are getting trained and equipped, right? To deal with the situations that they'll have to defend you in, right? Because we need to support the comrades who are dedicating their lives to protecting you. As always, it's great to see all of y'all, great to speak to all of y'all. If you have any questions or concerns, hit up that Proton Mail or just, find my chief of staff and we can sit down and talk about defense. It was a pleasure to have y'all. Land back.
Land back, minister. Yes. Lay out that office. Let the people know exactly where their money is going. Because unlike the colonial state, we're not going to be collecting no dollars from y'all and not protecting you. Okay. So our troops are here to defend us, to protect us, and we got to keep it going. And we know that defending is not just about, defending you physically, mentally as well. So, yes, let's take advantage of that. And speaking of taking advantage of our defense apparatus, let's dive into these announcements. We have classes every day, y'all. Come on, Chief. Evie, where my Chief Evie at?
Lamb back, everybody. I am Chief Evie, the Chief of Defense Training and Recruitment of Black Hammer. I represent the colonized nation of Africa, as well as the indigenous people of Turtle Island. And I use they, she pronouns. And today we're going to talk about the self-defense classes and workouts that we offer here at Black Hammer this week. So, starting with Wednesday, we got First Aid and Survival with Coach Rohan at 3 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. The topic of the day will be moving a comrade if they've inflicted a bad injury that prevents them from being mobile. How best to move them. It's very important. Thursday, we have Strength and Endurance with Coach Kamal at 1:40 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. He has a saying, your body, your resource. Let's take it back. Friday, Outreach Training with Minister of Defense Sundiata at 11 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Please keep in mind, this is mandatory for outreach. These presentations and things that we have, they're always updated so that we know best how to conduct ourselves during outreach and while we're out in general. Friday, we got Bojutsu with Coach Hanchi at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Learn how to use a bow staff. Keep your opponents at bay. Saturday, Bat Training with Chief Evie at 11 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Please keep in mind, this is also mandatory before outreach. We use our standard issue baseball bats to protect our comrades while they are out at outreach. And basically, I teach you how best to use it depending on your body type and how you move. Saturday, we got Serene Saturdays with Chief Cola at 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. As colonized people, we be going through it so much. The colony always pushes us down and tells us that we're not worth anything. And in this course, we basically together talk about things like affirmations, about anxiety, about finding inner peace, what that even means to you. It's really, really very breakthrough class. Sunday, stretching and meditation with Chief Yabe at 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. This goes hand in hand with our Serene Saturday class. It focuses obviously more on meditation and releasing tension in your body. Monday, we're bringing it back. We got Wing Chun with Chief Ahi at 11 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. This fighting style is very, very good for self-defense. You can deliver a lot of punches and attacks in a very short amount of time. And it's very, very good if you're in a small area. Tuesday, second helping of Strength and Endurance with Coach Kamal at 1:40 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. This week we'll be doing a test out, and you'll really just show where you were and where you're going in your workouts. And now, Hammers, show your discipline and dedication. So we have a monthly opportunity for Hammers to win some things from Black Hammer Bazaar. So the chapter with the highest percentage of active participants will receive water bottles, and the specific Hammers with the highest percentage of active participation will receive this shirt. It's the Aim for the Head design by Chief Gunn. It's really awesome. So if you want this shirt, if you want this water bottle, bust that butt. Do what you can do. Break those standards.
Yes. Was that all of them announcements, Evie? Yes. See, I don't know what these other organizations be doing with their time, but we be serious. 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, baby. I don't know any other organization that has workouts for us each and every day. And did I mention they are free of charge, Hammers? All you gotta do is donate, join us, because we're doing the dang thing. Because what the thing says, when you stay ready, you ain't got to do what? You ain't got to get ready. All right, y'all. So, two of my favorite parts of the rally is definitely all of the political education. We have our commander-in-chief who takes us to the mountaintop so that we can survey the land and see where are we going? Where is the destination? Commander, take us there. And we just had that. We just got a nice survey of the land. But we got to come off that mountain because we got to get down in that valley because we still got some fighting to do. So our Secretary General is here to give us the state of the rebellion and lead us through this valley so that we can get to victory. Come on, Secretary General Anko, with the state of the rebellion. Lay it out for the people.
Land back, everyone. Land back. Welcome to all 116 of you. Welcome to our rally. I really hope you're enjoying it so far. First, I just want to say thank you, Commander-in-Chief, for the words that you have laid out. And I really hope you comrades are really listening to what they're saying, because there's a problem within the organization going on right now. And it's kind of pervasive in a way that I hope you all feel ashamed. And y'all are struggling with the concept of consent, and not just sexual consent. Consent of friends, consent of time, consent of love, consent of commitment. Y'all are adults, and I want you to be very clear about that. If two people are going to be engaging in sexual relations, you're an adult, like I said. You should be able to have a conversation about the action you're about to dive into. But unfortunately, many of us have been so consumed with the colony and only think of ourselves that this concept is foreign. Even the liberal terms y'all have learned over the years, out of this new wave of liberal politics and identity politics, that your idea, your conception of consent is still falling short. Short in an incredibly harmful way. I don't think y'all recognize why you need the importance of consent in a revolutionary organization like Black Hammer. It's the basis of us giving each other dictatorship over our lives, land, labor, and resources. And I think a lot of us also struggle with the idea of understanding what you want. Because I want to say, when you are going to engage in a friendship, a personal relationship of any sort, of any nature, you go into that confident you want it or you don't. There isn't a gray zone, and there shouldn't be a gray zone. It's kind of like, hey, I asked this person, do you want to be my partner? And they pause for a moment and say, is that really a yes? And why are you manipulating the situation, your understanding of what is going on to fit your individual need and reality to say, yes, this person does want me? They don't. And you have to be real about that. And you have to be honest about yourself. And this theme of this rally is about defense. And learning how to defend your own mind, your own body, your own health starts with consent. What will you and what will you not do? And why are you allowing yourself to have a gray area of what you will accept or what you will not? I want to say, this is a weakness the state, the FBI, the CIA, that is what they're looking for. You know, there's this idea that infiltration is this like extravagant puppet master strings pulling in the background thing. It's not. It's not. That's Hollywood. And I want to bring you to reality about what infiltration actually looks like, what federal agent actually looks like. It looks like you getting into a romantic relationship, and the terms of your romantic relationship are undefined. It means you leave it in a position of a gray zone where it's like, yeah, we're talking. I know a lot of you Gen Z use the term we're talking. But what favor, what service does that do to you or to the person you're engaged with or persons you're engaged with? What have you actually given them materially to work with? You haven't defined terms, you haven't set up expectations. And so that leaves room for an agent, for a provocateur, whatever, to dictate how things are going to go, and you will willingly follow because you don't know what your heart wants, you don't know what your mind wants, and you don't know what you're going to tolerate. I hope you're starting to see why this is a dangerous contradiction. Many revolutionaries in the past have struggled with this fiercely to their demise. To their demise. And why this concept of consent needs to be clearly defined. You're an adult, so why don't you talk about the adult things you're about to do? What do you want? What do you not want? Why leave a position of gray area where an accusation of you, comrade, that you're an abuser, that you're a rapist, that you assaulted someone, but you never defined what you wanted, ever in your whole life. And colonialism wants that for you. It wants you to be indecisive. The entire structure of colonialism has created this indecisiveness in all of you. Because when you don't know what you want, you will move with the wind at any moment. One day you're here for the revolution, and next you're willing to destroy it for the love of your life, so you claim. So what do you actually stand for? What will you accept and what will you not? And I want to read the first paragraph of the Maintain Your Character policy of the Black Hammer organization. Let there never be a day where the character of a hammer is called into question. Let our love for the people be expressed in our willingness to self-criticize and improve for them. Let there never be a day where the children of Hammer City reflect in anger, sadness, or disgust about a hammer, for the character we maintain will leave our legacies untarnished. Let our victory be hard won through the defeat of the colonists in our heads who poisoned our hearts and minds. Let the revolution free us, and let our characters maintain that freedom. Comrades, who you say you are out in the light better be who you are in the dark under some sheets. Because the work will expose all. And if you aren't who you say you are, and you aren't acting how you say you will, it will be caught. The people will see it. And there is no moral grounds to act any other way than how you present yourself. Why put up a facade? When you do not proudly exclaim what you are, what you want, it leaves room for people to tell you who you are and what you want. And because we're in this relationship with the colony, we unfortunately submit to it. We take what's ever given to us. I know dozens of people in this room, unfortunately, have been in an abusive relationship. And it starts with that confusion about who you are and someone feeding you what they think you deserve. It can't flow that way as a revolutionary. It leads to too many faults, too many cracks, too many errors. And look at what is at stake. Are you willing to sacrifice the revolution, the freedom of your people, and the day you get your first breath of liberation for a nut? Is that what you're willing to sacrifice? Are you so moved and captivated by yourself, your own desire, that you cannot set yourself aside for a moment to understand that we are on the horizon of freedom? Are you so caught up with yourself that you can't see you're hurting people because you can't make a decision about who you want to be yet? And I want to say, comrades, it takes time to figure out who you want to be. But during that time where you're figuring it out, exclaim where you want to be, who you want to be. I want to be a revolutionary. And when people read my story, they reflect on it with integrity, with honesty, that they saw me as a human being and I didn't cause no one no harm because I was too wrapped up in myself. Can't you at least say that about yourself, comrades? Can't you at least not envision yourself living like that, comrades? The indecision about a romantic relationship, a friendship, your time commitments, it only harms the people because they need a choice. They need a decision. They need to know, are you going to fight for me, or are you going to cower the second some decadence shows its face to me and I abandon my position and the freedom of you? You have to contend with that. Because we are a revolutionary organization, there is no room for those kinds of errors. Because I want to say, if you're moved by the wind, it doesn't take much for the FBI, the CIA, the NSA, the DEA, whoever, to just plant a thought in your head. And because you don't know who you are yet, you don't know what you want yet, who knows how far you'll go with that planted thought and what you will do. It's a risk. It's dangerous. So when you're in this organization, comrades, you have to make the solid decision. I am going to be a revolutionary. And children, generations down the line, when they read my story, will not look at me in disgust. How many revolutionaries do we know from the past now that have cheated on their partners, killed someone, abused someone, tortured someone? Do you want that to be you? Because the problem with our ancestors that didn't know who they were willing to do these heinous things. They sided with the colony. And where we are at in this revolution, we can't afford that. Greatness is on the horizon, comrades. It really is. And the second you step outside of yourself, the second you will be a better friend, a better partner, a better lover, a better sibling, a better child, a better mother, a better father, a better parent. The second you step outside of yourself, all of those things will come to you. But you have to make that choice confidently. If you haven't before, do it now for the first time. Practice and say, I want to be a revolutionary that is remembered for saving the planet and saving the people and bringing a new harmony back to the earth. Don't run from that. There is nothing solid in this colonial world out there for you. It's not your job. It's not your white man paperwork. It's not your degree. It's not the house you think you own. It's not the land you stand on. It's all crumbling. So if there's something solid in your life, make it yourself. Make it your relationship to the people. That will be unwavering and will never break. That you can rely on the kindness of the people, the power of the people. That won't ever let you fall. Because you know who you are and you know what you're fighting for. But if you don't, comrades, it's anguish, it's defeat. And I know many of us hold terrible stories about what has happened to us. And I hope we now see, to end that cycle, step out of yourself and look at what you need. And why give yourself any less? By not giving consent to yourself to be a person, to enjoy things, to know what you want. We abuse ourselves all the time. And I want to say the revolution is full of love. And when you join, that's what you should feel. You should feel confident about the victory of your people. It has to be. I really mean that, comrades. Reflect on your indecisiveness, your indecision. Remember, there's someone who planted that thought in your head before you were even conceived, and it was colonialism. There's parts of your life that were predetermined by the colony. Your pain, your abuse, that was predetermined. And so are you going to let a predetermined fate that the colonizer thinks you should be on dictate your life now? You shouldn't. You should not. So comrades, confront your indecision, because some very decisive choices will need to be made in the future. Like Commander said, Chairman Mao started with 84,000 people and ended with 9 after their long march to China. Indecision would have never led to victory. Indecision in your relationships will never result in victory. And I want to win. And I believe that colonialism will be the shortest period in human history. And that can only be true with a decisive choice. Land back. Chief Afeni.
Woo! I'm telling y'all, when I say that RSG loads up that clip and lets off every week, I'm saying da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Shots fired. You know if SG was talking about you. SG was talking about me. I know SG was talking about you. So let's get it together, y'all. I just want to give a revolutionary salute to our Secretary General, always laying out that political line and showing us the battlefield and where we need to go. And you heard them. We got to be serious about revolutionary consent. It's not this identity politic that these social justice warriors, if you will, be spewing. No, we're talking about real deal anti-colonial revolutionary consent. And speaking of that, we got us a nice little announcement. It's an urgent announcement by Chief Amalicha. Come on, Chief.
Land back, comrades. I'm bringing you an urgent announcement of changes within the Agitation and Propaganda Committee today. So I'm Chief Amalicha, representing the Kalinago people of Venezuela. My pronouns are she, her. And for the moment, I will be stepping into the role of Acting International Chief of Agitation and Propaganda, and Chief Jucha, who currently serves as the Black Hammer Times Chief of Staff, will also serve as my Chief of Staff for the Agitation and Propaganda Committee. Both of us are very humbled and absolutely honored to take up these roles and serve the 7 billion and growing number of people around the world and ensure that our people not only get to see the revolution online and on the ground, but that they come into it, that they embrace the revolution. Our people must be brought political education that not only wins them to their liberation, but steals them as the leaders the colony has never meant for them to be. Yes, you, comrade, you are meant to be a leader to the masses because you unite with colonized people's dictatorship over their lives, land, labor, and resources. You unite to the colonized proletariat being equal. You see that the root is colonialism and that you will rip it and all of its weeds, its symptoms, and that the colonized masses are the only true proletariat. On every Black Hammer platform, you interact and you are learning. But we will continue to build up these platforms with the political education that the masses need because we understand that, first of all, the Rona is still rampant across the whole globe. Colonized people are being kicked out of their housing and left with absolutely nothing. That our people see how Mother Earth is literally being destroyed by these corporations and these fake climate change legislations that's doing absolutely nothing. And then Let's talk about critical race theory. Honey, that will never change our material reality. It's not practical. It doesn't put our material solutions into play. So we will expose all of these contradictions every single day and make sure to step that up. And although these contradictions are thrown at us, Black Hammer is building and creating solutions to overturn these crises, from water filtration systems being built by our Science and Technology Committee, to the development of gardens across the world to feed our people and connect with the land. And most of all, the building of Hammer City, which will ensure that our people never suffer at the hands of the pigs, colonizers, lack of housing and food, and the Rona. As Secretary General Anko had said, greatness is on the horizon, and you will see that horizon bright and clear. Our liberation, our material solutions will be presented to you in every which way. That means we will be strengthening this dual contending agitation and propaganda apparatus, from hosting your regular favorites, such as the Book Trap and these weekly Tuesday rallies, but also ensuring that our efforts worldwide, because yes, she's global, are seen by you and that you understand the ways of building across the world. Because guess what? You as a revolutionary, as a leader for the masses, are a propagandist and a scientist. There's a documentary that features Comandante Hugo Chavez Frias, who is my Venezuelan revolutionary ancestor, where Chavez has some of his highest officials in his office, and he asks them, why don't I see any of our victories in the news? Why don't I hear anything about you interacting with the masses? The first thing I want you to do when you wake up in the morning is to go see your people, and you better hit up the radio, the press, and everyone out there and show them how we are winning the revolution and win the masses to the revolution, not only on just different sides of Venezuela, but all over the world. So you all, comrades, you will be inspiring your people across the world continuously as we continue to step it up, because you will be steeled in not only ensuring that people know that hope is across the horizon, but victory exists. And we will continue to be victorious. You will get those trainings. You will see and be a part of these global panels. You will be exciting your people even more with the information you give your people on the ground. And that these skills that are developed, that everyone sees us. So much so that CNN, Colonizer News Network, will look like nothing in comparison to us. We will reign as the queen. Yes, Black Hammer is the queen of the revolution, the vanguard. I want to see y'all drop hashtag Vanguard Teens in the comments, because y'all know we be on it. We will all grow together. And I'm so very excited to further this journey of education, strengthening our connection to the masses, and achieving all of our goals that have been promised to the people. So if you're interested in being a part of this dual contending agitprop apparatus, in creating content for the messiest yet viral social media pages, baddest anti-colonial newspaper, Black Hammer Times, becoming a revolutionary fashionista by joining our visual propaganda department, teaching the next generation of revolutionaries with curriculum, singing the songs of our liberation with music, acting, and dance, and leading the next powerful discussion to be seen everywhere in the culture department. Join Black Hammer at blackhammer.org/join and join our agitation and propaganda committee. Be the revolutionary propagandist. Be the revolutionary scientist you are meant to be. Land back.
Yes, land motherfucking back. I just gotta let y'all know, I have been led and under the leadership of both Amalicha and Chief Jucha, and we are in some good hands. Amalicha is not only got that political line on lock, but they is organized and they are gonna whip us into shape, baby. Because like Amalicha said, we are all propagandists here. And it's time that we spread the word that victory is over the horizon. And who is bringing it to the people? It is us, the hammers. And who are the hammers? You is a hammer. So join us if you colonize. And speaking of joining us, it's time for a membership call because we worldwide, baby, and we global. And I want y'all to just give a warm welcome to one of my favorite chiefs, the astonishing Chief Aday.
Live back. It's my favorite part of the rally, y'all. This one has been so incredible. Like, we really are super, super ready. I've never felt more ready for revolution, whatever BS white power has to bring me, the annoying people at the DMV, more than I have today, because I'm here with my revolutionaries. I want to make sure that everybody in here who's brand new has an opportunity to introduce themselves like we do at Black Hammer, and that's the revolutionary way. So while I teach you all how to introduce yourselves, if you are brand new to our rally, if you're a new member, which I know so many of you are, go ahead and drop an X in that chat. I'm gonna make sure that I call on you and you can introduce yourself the same way that I am right now. All right, so number one, you have to give us your revolutionary name. We do not use our government names. Don't put yourself out there in these Facebook streets. Number two, go ahead and tell us your colonized nation. That is where your ancestors are from. For me, I represent Africa and Turtle Island, and I do so with such pride. I'll never, ever represent these United Snakes. That's a joke. And then finally, you give us your pronouns. Tell us how to properly address you. That's our second principle. You're our equal. Okay, so I'll introduce myself first. I am Chief Aday. I represent Africa and Turtle Island, and I use they and she pronouns. All right, now, all my new hammers, everybody who's brand new, go ahead and drop an X in the chat. This is your opportunity to introduce yourself. You will introduce yourself in the way that I've just laid out, and then give us just a little bit. Tell us why you joined us today. You'll have about 2 minutes, and then you will hear this sound. Beautiful. And then after that, we got to cut you off, but you'll have plenty of opportunity to introduce yourself in our group chats once we get you integrated. All right, let's see all these X's in the chat. Comrade Teddy, you have the floor. Welcome.
Hello, y'all. I'm Teddy. I represent Ethiopia and Turtle Island, and I go by he, they pronouns. And I don't know if it was the TikTok algorithm or my ancestors that brought me to one of the TikToks, I think was about Mancala and AI. And that really resonated with me because I am a computer science student. And I've been thinking as of late, do I really want to work for these big tech organizations that are going to work with their artificial intelligence and their surveillance to combat my people? No, I don't want to do that. Do I want to work for the system that's just going to enable capitalism to go further through automation and not give us back what we desire from that automation? I don't want to do that. No. I want to work for someone that is going to bring about what I want to see. And I feel for now that is you guys.
Land back, baby, that's not us. Everybody in here, including you now, I can tell by that conviction in your voice, we're servants to the people. So welcome, because you're joining us and I'm so proud to have you. My heart is swelling. Ooh, you started us up on such a strong note, Teddy. We're gonna make sure to get you a KN95 mask and get you into these chats. I'm pretty sure you already are. All right, Comrade Nima, what's up? Let's introduce you two. Land back.
Hey y'all, I'm Comrade Nima. I go by she, her pronouns. I got contacted on TikTok after I made a video about beating Susan B. Anthony ass. So after I saw that, I got contacted by Chief Aday, and I was like, you know what? Well, I'm not gonna lie. At first, I thought it was a pyramid scheme. And then I was like, you know what? Once I was in the first meeting, I was like, this is like, it's like my ancestors were talking to me because I had already been looking for something like that already. So it was like, it was fate. So once I saw that, I was like, you know what, I'm down for this. So yeah, I'm happy to be here.
Land
Thank you for welcoming me.
Thank you for joining. I've been working hard as hell on TikTok trying to get everybody in. And once I saw your video, I was like, look, she's the one. That's a hammer. That's a hammer who's been waiting for us to hit them up. And I'm so glad that you made it. We're not a pyramid scheme. We just revolutionaries working.
No, that's why I'm here. That's why I'm here for the second time. I was like, okay, I like these bitches. All right, I like this.
Exactly. It's so much better than Avon and much more fruitful for your future. Thank you so much for joining us. All right. Comrade Aaliyah or Comrade Yellow, whatever you prefer to be addressed by, please let me know. You have the floor. Thank you so much for joining us, Nima. Land back.
Okay, thank you. Oh, hi, I'm Comrade Yellow. I represent the nations Africa and Mexico, and I use she, her pronouns. And honestly, I found you guys on TikTok. Also, it was a video about the stem cell research for the heart failure patients. And I was like, well, that's actually really, really interesting because everybody in my family, even myself, has heart failure. So it was like, I'm very interested in finding out, learning about the whole stem cell and the whole science behind it. And I was like, you know what, might as well just join it. And so I went on the website and then just signed up.
Land back, salute to you. First of all, I love your setup. Your gamer setup is so cute. But second of all, salute to you for choosing yourself and choosing your family's future over that of the colonies. Like, you're really doing that. You about to put in work for SciTech. I can already tell. Land back.
Land back.
All right. Comrade Osama 274, you have the floor. Land back.
Land back, comrades. I'm Osama 6 Laden. I represent the Jamaican tribes in the Jamaican lands. I identify closely with Jamaican. I know the United Snakes want to say I'm African American, but I identify and unite with Jamaicans more. So therefore, I'm identifying and uniting with the Jamaican culture, and I am representing the Black Hammer Missouri chapter. I go by the nouns of he, him, and I think that's about it. I decided to join Black Hammer after being approached by Chief Taliba and her defense team at the time. And I knew that I was revolutionary from the jump of my life. And I was just waiting to be approached by the right revolution to join aboard. I've closely watched and followed the Black Panthers movement throughout life and united with them. So when I heard about what Black Hammer was, I did research and realized that this is just the extended arm from what my brothers and sisters fought for years before my birth, and decided that I wanted to join.
Land back. Comrade, I am so happy that you heard the call to be a revolutionary and you answered. You are so correct. And that's the case for so many of our people. They've been hearing this call all their life and they just are looking for the organization, the place to call home so that they can put forward what they've always wanted: dictatorship over our land, lives, labor, and resources. So salute to you, comrade. Love to have you here. Shout out to Jamaica. We love her. We don't ever have to represent the colonizer nations ever again, right? Land back. Do I have any more X's in here? I want to make sure that I introduce all of our comrades. I do want to make sure to have a note. Oh, I see Comrade Amira. Go right ahead. I want to have a note. Please do not share your location on here. I'm so happy to have all y'all, and I want to keep you safe because I'm so happy. So please struggle to not share your location, chapter included. Tell me that you're a hammer and I'll know where you are because that's where I am in leadership, okay? Land back. Comrade Amira, go ahead. You have the floor.
Hi, everybody. Can you hear me? I am Amira Zahraba, and I represent Turtle Nation, and I am she, her, and TikTok made me do it. So I saw the whole thing about the stem cell research, and I thought, wow, people, and I clicked the thing and said, if you want to do this, and I was like, yeah, that sounds cool. A lot of times you just fill in your information, you get emails, but I actually got a call from Chief Quilbe, and we had a long conversation, and all I can say is that I feel like my life has been cultivated for this moment. And in this, it was such a touching experience to just have somebody call me, and I felt like I tapped into the collective, because all the things that we talked about are all the things that you're talking about. And he said, where are you? And I was like, where are you? You know, or where have you been? And he's like, and I literally been sitting in a room in the dark, contemplating all of this information. And just from all the the lockdown and everything, is like, I always felt like, we're supposed to get in the box, but I realized that they don't want me there. I'm too much. And, I don't want to be there. It's not free. Outside of the boxes are where it's at. That's what they're trying to steal from us. They're trying to put us in and they're trying to get out. But that's not what's going to happen. It's not what's going to happen. And this is amazing. And I'm happy that I found you, and I'm happy that TikTok made me do it. So thank you, and I'm excited to get involved.
Oh my God, I am so excited. Yes. First of all, salute to you, Yabe, because I love it. Second of all, salute to you, Comrade Amir, because you know what? Finally, TikTok has our people doing something that's useful instead of those awful, horrible challenges. It reminds me of the cinnamon challenge all over again. Let's bring our people to revolution. And to all my hunters who are listening, I hope y'all heard that. When we're tapping people in, it is so important. And we are pulling our people into revolution. Sitting in dark rooms, waiting to be free. My goodness. I'm so happy that you're here. Yes, revolution challenge. Let's get to a revolution challenge. No more of those weak woes. Let's pull people to freedom. All right, land back. Okay, y'all, I'm not seeing any more X's in the chat, so I do want to get into one of my favorite parts of the week. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Jay, Comrade Jay, go ahead and introduce yourself. You are last, but certainly not least, and that is my criticism. I'm so sorry. Land back.
Land back, everyone. I'm Conrad Jay. We too close. And I would say I colonized with African, and my pronouns are she, her, and I joined because I want to make a change and for my kids to grow up, and so they know the right way of growing up instead of the wrong way.
Land back. That is so beautiful. Welcome home. And thank you so much. Like, I'm gonna have all the other colonized parents let you know in the comments, like, you have really, really found your place here. And we're so proud of you. And we really want to salute you for coming in, because you put your freedom first and you put your children's freedom first over the colony. So thank you for that. I'm so happy that you're here. Land back. All right, y'all. I'm gonna give it 2 Mississippi for any new X's. 1 Mississippi. 2 Mississippi. All right. I'm not seeing anybody, so I'm going to get into one of my favorite parts of the rally, which is where I get to introduce our Hammer of the Week. Can I get my drum roll, please? Ooh, Chief Churro. I'm so proud of you. Yes, with the churro emoji. This Hammer of the Week is our hammer who has brought in the most VIPs. That is such a dedication that you have shown to the people, because as all of these new hammers have shown us, all it takes is a call, and then they're getting tapped into their own freedom. And we need to do that for our people on a high level. And I salute you for being that example for us this week. Thank you, Chief Churro. We love you so much. Let me get some salutes to Chief Churro. All right, y'all. Now, finally, I'm going to leave you with your recruitment tip for the week. And this week, what I want to tell you is, ooh, excuse you, Virginia, don't be rude. I'm talking to the people. It's The Climb. Certain filthy colonizer sang a song about it, but I'm going to give you my version because it's obviously better. The climb in this case is really winning all of our people and looking at that upward trajectory, not as a challenge, but as a complete necessity
to getting our people totally free. When I look at the challenges of pulling my people in, I never get discouraged when somebody's like, I'm too busy. I got work. You know what I see? I can't wait for them to come in a couple of years and see how free they are on beautiful, liberated land. And then look back at their DMs like, oh my God, a Hammer DM'd me like 6 years ago, and look at me at this beautiful liberated land. Look at me drinking clean drinking water that doesn't have poop in it. Look at me and my family free from the colony, not paying for their housing, not worried about Rona, not worried about a nosy Becky or Karen up in their business. That's the future that we're fighting for. And I keep that in the center of my heart and keep the masses at the absolute center of my mind in everything I do. So I'm calling on all of you Hammers to do the same. Remember, it's the climb. And your climb in this case is all the way up to your liberation. You're going to get there and you're going to pull all your people up too. Just don't forget. And most importantly, don't look back. Land back. Love you all.
Yes, land back. Ooh, y'all don't know, but I love meeting new Hammers, and y'all is really showing out today. Okay, I was already partying with Amira. Okay, Jay. Okay, everybody. Welcome home. Welcome home. Okay, and yes, to the revolutionary parents out there, I'm a revolutionary mama myself, so I know how it is, and you have a whole village here that is ready to support you and to support them babies. My babies and many babies in this organization are little baby chiefs in the making. So let's keep moving and grooving, y'all. We got up next some amazing announcements from science and technology with Chief Fatih and Chief Sa. Let's do it for the people, y'all. Science for the people.
Have you ever seen this game in your house? It's called Mancala, and colonizer institutions are using this African game to build artificial intelligence. Let me break it down. Mancala is an African strategic game in which the goal is to get more seeds than your opponent. Now, this game is highly strategic, where you have to anticipate your opponent's next move and figure out how many seeds you're gonna get, etc., etc. But why this is important is because they're using the logic, the gameplay to program for artificial intelligence. These colonizer institutions that are nefarious for doing terrible things. Here we go again with these colonizers taking our math to build for their own needs. Seriously, look up Pythagoras. But if you're tired of these colonizers taking our math and you're colonized African, Indigenous, Asian, join Black Hammer and join the SciTech IT department. Let's put an end to the colonizers taking our math from our ancestors. You can do it. You don't even need white man's paperwork. Join Black Hammer, SciTech IT. Do it now.
Yes, do it now. Right now. All right, I know Chief Sa gonna hit us with that hot fire. Come
Stand
on,
back.
Chief
I'm
Sa.
actually gonna pass it to Chief Fatih.
Oh, Chief Fatih gonna hit me with the hot fire. You up first, Chief Fatih? Let the people know.
Land
You's
back,
our
land back.
celebrity, Chief Fatih. That my comrade. That my comrade went B-roll. You went B-roll.
Land back. Yes, yes. Thank y'all for being here. My name is Chief Fatih. I am the chief of the IT department. I represent the nation of Africa, and I use they, them pronouns. And yes, just like I had said, Mancala, this old traditional African strategic game, is being used to build artificial intelligence. But why is that important? What is artificial intelligence? Artificial intelligence is intelligence that's been demonstrated by machines, right? This also involves consciousness and emotion. Now, when we think about what is being used to build artificial intelligence, yes, we understand that they're using something from my motherland, right? And they've been using technology from all of our lands. But when they program, right, when the colony decides to take our resources and then use that information and use those resources for itself, it's only to destroy. It won't build, right? We always have to ask ourselves, which consciousness are they programming? Which emotion? And that is white power consciousness. That is white power emotion, right? And Samora Michelle talks about the masses having to have class consciousness, right? In order for this revolution to move forward, right? We must unite with poor and working class colonized people. And these colonizer institutions, they're not united with us. They're going to use this to try to continue to oppress us, right? And this isn't the first time that these silly saltines have done this. I had mentioned earlier Pythagoras was an African mathematician whose findings were half-assed applied with metaphysical European philosophy, and they used this metaphysical, philosophy to meld with our mathematics. And then because they thought that the earth was flat, these Europeans who had no sense, they thought that the earth was flat when our ancestors had been traveling. They knew that the earth was sphere and circular. These Mayo monkeys had the audacity to use math that they could not understand to navigate a world only to meet their demise with shipwrecks, right? And then later to colonize the rest of the world, right? It was an enslaved African who brought inoculation to these snow roaches, right? And they used this knowledge to gain our trust. And now there's all this confusion amongst jabs. They're not even using the same African technique to create the jabs, right? You know what I'm talking about, that we know that's out there for this current situation. Y'all know what I'm talking about. This rally, we spoke about defense. We spoke about understanding the enemy and protecting ourselves from the enemy. We understand that the enemy is colonizers and the neo-colonial sellouts within the colony. And we must make sure that we can defend ourselves from every facet of this, right? And by defending ourselves, we can take our science back. And you can do that by just joining, right? You can just join Black Hammer, blackhammer.org/join. And join the SciTech department, right? It is just as easy as going to a website to defend your community with technology, right? As Agitprop protects against our mind, security and defense protects against our bodies, right? SciTech helps protect us and defend us against the threat, again, of colonizers coming to take our resources, to take the things that our ancestors knew about the world, right? About the land, right? We understand that every time a new technology is been perpetrated to us, it's been stolen from us. They've been using our resources. Bitcoin is another example, right? We understand that in order for us to mine Bitcoin, we have to utilize massive resources with lithium and copper to create these graphics cards that are able to mine them. It still comes off of our backs, this decentralized currency that they want to use, right? And in order for us to take that back, in order for us to defend ourselves from this, in order for us to reclaim our science and technology, in order for us to reclaim our resources, you can join Black Hammer, you join the SciTech department, and it is just as simple as that, right? And again, you don't need white man's paperwork. You don't need, let me tell you something about white man's paperwork. White man's paperwork says that you are good for doing doing colonization, right? And so again, like I said, you don't need white man's paperwork to do this. All you need is yourself. If you can write a list, you can create an algorithm, you can code, and you can join the SciTech IT department. And I want to go ahead and pass it off to Chief Land back, y'all.
And back, thank you so much to our brilliant IT genius and resident TikTok celebrity, Chief Fatih. You laid that all the way out. When we say white man's paperwork, by the way, we mean degrees, job experience, resume fillers, any of that. You don't need any of it. And I'm excited to present that Chief Fatih will be leading out of the IT committee a coding academy. You are brilliant. Chief Fatih is brilliant. It's a match made in heaven. Get in there. The first thing that they're going to be training y'all on is how to code, and you'll be learning how to code by learning how to code a game called Be a Revolutionary. It's going to be super dope. I wanted to also update y'all real quick on our Missouri Water Project. For those of you who don't know, we had a comrade in the Missouri chapter, Chief Eyes, who was murdered by the poison water in Missouri, which has trihalomethanes, which cause cancer in it, and it has H. pylori, a bacteria that's found in fecal matter. And when we found that out, we enacted our touch one, touch all policy, which is a policy of the Black Hammer organization that says, if you touch one of us, you touch all of us. And we back that up with action. You touched one of us with this poison water, you killed our comrade, rest in power to Chief Eyes, and you will never do it again. And to that end, our SciTech committee has built, invented, developed a reverse osmosis water filtration system. And I'm excited to tell y'all our prototype is almost complete. And at the next rally next week, you will have Comrade Cthulhuson and Comrade Rohan and Chief May show you the water filtration system that they have built for our Comrade Chief Eyes and to protect all of our colonized masses from the poison water that the state pushes onto us so they can live another day to join the revolution, to join Black Hammer and get all of our people free in the name of Chief Eyes. So if you would like to donate to this project, the Cash App is BHO SciTech. And if you are interested in joining the SciTech committee, please email us at bhoscitech@protonmail.com. Land back.
Yes, land back, Chief Saw, the global chief of science and technology. We are using science to forward the liberation and to help our people. Unlike this colony that uses science against us to murder our people, to give us misinformation, give us blatant lies. Science and technology is taking it back into the hands of the people. And we're saying no more of that. No more. And we're staying ready, so we ain't gotta get ready. So let's move on in this effort of more life-saving information, because that's what science and technology just laid out. That's what defense just laid out. That's what the commander just laid out. That's what our Secretary General just laid out. These are life-saving information. So before we move on to some more life-saving information, make sure you are sharing. Make sure you are commenting. Make sure you are what is the thing called, like archiving it? All of that. Mess up these Bleach Demons algorithms. Gone and enacted. So up next, we're gonna get into some more life-saving information with our campaigns office. Come on through with the light, Chief Ina.
Land back, y'all. Thank you for that introduction, Chief Effendi. My name is Chief.
I love you.
My name is Chief Ina. I'm representing the nations of Africa using she, her pronouns. And I'm going to be talking to y'all today about heat waves. Is a really, really important topic right now, especially with what's happening. So make sure, y'all taking some notes on how to prepare yourself in your communities and really embodying that theme of stay ready so you don't have to get ready. So just to start off with the conditions that we're dealing with right now, we are in a historic heat wave, especially in the western side of the snakes. We're seeing basically, a new record temperature every day. We've seen heat up to 124 degrees, and it's even at night sometimes in places it's not getting cooler than 70 degrees. I think it's really clear right now that the colonial infrastructure is failing. It's failing, and because of colonialism, obviously natural events, climate change, is exacerbated, and it's colonized people who are always at the brunt end of the stick, right? Who are suffering the most, from the conditions, forced to work and survive. We're forced to work and survive without our resources, and then live in the conditions post natural event, right? Live with the aftermath, and we've seen this continuously happening over and over again. So it's really important to know the conditions that we're dealing with, because we're going to be seeing more of these sort of conditions as the colony continues to fall. So it's really, really important that we, again, stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Preparation is key. Staying alert and preparing for the heat and knowing the signs, the symptoms, and what to do to protect yourself, your comrades, the community that you're in, and knowing, taking quick action. And so you really want to be drinking water every hour, 30 ounces per hour. You want to avoid being outside at the hottest time of day. It's 3 p.m. is the hottest time of day. So you want to avoid being outside during that time. You want to try to wear light colored, loose fitting clothing. And you want to protect yourself from the sun as much as possible. You can do that by, clothes. Of course, sunscreen is a huge one. Sunshades, umbrella, or finding some shade. Or even if it's really hot, if you're able to get to a coastal area, is really, really important, because it's usually 10 degrees cooler near the coast. during an actual heat wave, it's really, really important to avoid certain things like caffeine, alcohol, and really know what type of medications you're taking, because some medications could like exacerbate heat-related illnesses, right? Those type of things, alcohol, caffeine, can dehydrate you. And it's really important also to know the signs. Right? If what's happening, if you're experiencing heat-related illnesses, if you're experiencing dehydration, nausea, thirstiness, dizziness, confusion, all of those things are signs of dehydration, and immediately using tactics to get your body temperature down. So, you know, you can, especially if you're outside during the hot day, you can bring a frozen water bottle and put that on your neck, wrists, armpits to cool down. Finding shade is really important. And, you know, using SPF at least 30, hydrating frequently. And I think it's important too to note, like, fans don't always work. If it's over 90 degrees, a fan can actually just be blowing hot air on you and actually get you heated up faster. So just really being careful with those as well. So if you are interested in preparing your community for natural events such as tornadoes, hurricanes, earthquakes, please join this committee, BHO_NEPC@protonmail.com. Contact us. And if you're interested in, if you want to like donate to all of our programs, we have tons of programs happening on the ground to prepare the community and the chapters around the globe for these natural events. Donate to Cash at BH Campaigns. And before I go, gotta leave y'all with a COVID tip per usual. I think it's important to really note, like, you know, the Delta variant is gaining ground. I'm sure y'all have heard about this by now. This is the variant that came out of India. It is now seen all over the globe. It's been, especially in the snakes, I think it's been located in 49 states. This variant is very, very, very contagious, super contagious. It's starting to do this. It's you get it by this thing they're starting to call like fleeting contact, where you don't need to even be in the same vicinity as a person, but if you're even close to someone who is infected, you can get it. There was one case, I think, in Australia where they didn't even, a person who was infected didn't even interact with the person and they still got it. Like, they weren't even near in the same area and they still got it. So it's really important to note that, like, social distancing, especially with this variant, might probably won't work. It is super contagious. So you want to be avoiding crowds, you want to be avoiding going indoors especially without your mask, especially right now where the state is making people feel comfortable around being maskless and encouraging people to be maskless. It's really important that you're wearing a mask that actually protects against viral particles, especially with this variant that is super contagious. And again, they're pushing this, the jab as an end all be all or silver bullet, and people are still getting hospitalized who have gotten the jab. It is not a protection. People are still getting hospitalized. So it's really, really important, y'all, that we are on top of these protocols, especially now more than ever, where we're being pushed to be to be super liberal around this. And so that ends the campaign section, and take it away, Chief Afeni.
Thank you, Chief Ina. Chief Ina saved my life, y'all. Chief Ina saved your life too. Campaign saves our life all the time. So yes, it is. We're now at the bottom of our agenda. All that amazing life-saving information. You can still do your part here, comrades. You can share this amazing rally. Share it with your friends. Share it with your family. Share it with your partner. Share it with your neighbor, anybody. Because this is life-saving information that can certainly change people's situations. So if you are ready for liberation, you need to join the Black Hammer organization. All right, we are going to wrap it on up. And I know Chief Amalicha is going to give us a nice little adjournment and tell us how much money we raised. Hey, come on, Amalicha.
Land back, everyone. And thank you to all that attended and presented today from our striking 4 principles of unity, that if you're down with them, you better join us today at blackhammer.org/join. Even to our weekly defense tip to make sure that our masses of colonized people are safe out here. But also, you gotta make sure you're still sharing this live absolutely everywhere. So grab that YouTube link, drop it on Twitter, on Facebook, everywhere in the DMs, all right? And also this amazing political education discussion on Samora Michelle's excerpt, which shows the strength of our connection with the masses, that we are meant to defend and serve them every single day of our revolutionary lives. Then that powerful state of the hammer, of course, from our reigning queen, CRC Ghazi, who gave us a resounding sermon on never giving into those temptations from the devil that is the colony. Because all they got for you is suffering when revolution brings thriving to your life, fulfills you the same way that Chief Dio's vocals fulfilled us and inspired us all in here to get up. In addition to that, we got so many shows and events coming straight to you this week, including our brand new revolutionary book trap and our movie trap that's happening this Thursday on Samora Michelle, so you better come through. And of course, huge salute to Defense for always making sure that our people are protected all across the globe in every single way, our minds, our bodies, our health. And you know, SG came through and laid it out on consent and reminded you that you must be honest about yourself and defend your mind, your body, and your health. Get rid of that gray area from the feds. And we gave you that new way forward for Agitprop and followed it up with the shining bright faces of our new comrades introduced by the wonderful Chief Ade, who comes through that with that solid recruitment tip every single time. And make sure to join new comrades at blackhammer.org/join if you haven't already. But SciTech, y'all just stand on it with this shocking revolutionary knowledge. I know I never learned any of this in any of my high school STEM classes, especially how to apply all of this, how to do this for our people. And of course, campaigns, making sure that you stay cool, calm, and collected while serving your people in this hot summer sun, and that you stay up to date with that new variant, saving lives. And last but not least, we building a city. Drop hashtag build Hammer City in those YouTube comments. I want to see it right now. All right, Hammer City. And today for Hammer City, we raised, can I see a little drum roll, please? $1,991, y'all. We made it over our goal. We blew our goal out the water. All right, we made it over $86,000 today for Hammer City. But you know, we ain't done donating yet because we're so close to $2,000 today. Okay, so I'm gonna pass the collection plate back around. Okay, remember to donate to Cash App or Venmo, Build Hammer City, or buildhammercity.org. Who got them $9? I'm sure you got $90 somewhere in their reparations core. And I want to salute and thank everyone for donating today. Again, thank you to everyone for attending this Tuesday rally, and we'll see you in the revolution. Land back.
Land back, everyone. It is me, Chief Rue. We are actually not done yet. It is not over. Okay, we have a special announcement coming up. Okay, so what we're about to do is we're about to hop off and then we're gonna hop back on. Land back. Let's get that outro. It's coming. Come join Black Hammer. Come join Black Hammer. Y'all like my